Why shouldn't I charge me, myself, and I? Play the odds, a yes man, it's just a bobblehead doll. Holler them all. Strutting like Pac out the court, hop out the Porsche. Shake that, got that on menu, the a la carte. Boy, I had to make my point about this wave. Watch for the sharks bounce.
Thank you, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Oakland, California. The pregame festivities here in Oakland have to be seen to be believed. This crowd in silver and black, they are fired up as their Raiders get set to face off with the Indianapolis Colts. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. The return man here, Dwayne Harris. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Now the first carry for Marshawn Lynch. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now Carr throwing on second down. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, it's Carr. And he finds Cook. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. And they convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Nice play, baby, nice play. White.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
On second down, here's Carr. Over the middle, it's Jared Cook. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. Caught by Nelson left side. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
So on fourth down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Luck, and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Luck over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Macklin. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. The first carry for the rookie, it's Jordan Wilkins. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Defense doing their job, really nowhere to run the football.
Yeah, it's almost textbook, wasn't it? Every place he tried to find an open spot, there just wasn't one. Congrats to the defense, no gain.
Call fitting your gaps, right?
I love it. You're exactly right.
Lock on 3rd down. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Here we go. Express.
Shotgun now for Carr. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long.
7:34. Down. 185. Go Chiefs.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Nate Hairston. And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
They run with Wilkins. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
The first carry now for Rob Kelly. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Here's Luck. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. So with 4th down coming up, here's Adam Vinatieri now for the Colts field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Vinatieri's kick is good. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran into the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And now Oakland ready to take the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives. And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Ready to go now in the 2nd quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Raiders in possession of the football. They're looking at a 2nd and short yardage to start things out. Carr gives to Marshawn. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Jamal Sheard on the stop. Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. A Raiders 1st down. Carr hooking up with Cook. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield. And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle.
You're mine. OP.
Now this time Carl throw. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Al Woods. Busting through to get him for a loss of 6. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
6-18.
On 3rd and long, it's Carr. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Nate Hairston. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Intended that time for Cooper. Charles, when plays like that work, it's a thing to behold, but sometimes we see why they're very deep in the playbook. And how many times have we been at practice and heard all the other guys chirping about, you know, I used to play quarterback in high school, I can do this, until it becomes a game situation. Not quite the same in many cases. And he drives one in there, complete for Jeremy Maclin. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts 1st down. On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice 1st down.
Right.
On 1st down, it's goal. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. To throw his line. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Gilchrist. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Down. 180. 694.
Carr to throw on second down. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation. But sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
They'll run it here with Wilkins. Down right around the 25. On the tackle that time, Bruce Irvin.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
To your right. Right. Pick up. 290.
Nifty move. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And credit the tackle to Cliff Averill.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
From the gun on third down, Love. And he's got the hook up to Macklin. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be fourth down. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. He hit his first, this one from 38. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Oakland after this. And Vinatieri's kick is good. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And this one complete to Seth Roberts. And he's brought down after a good game. A gain of 32 that time.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
6-18.
Carr now on first down. Letting one go deep for Roberts. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, when someone other than the quarterback is throwing the football, it's either beautiful or a disaster, and here it was the latter.
Nowhere in between, right? You're exactly right. It takes some fortitude to call that type of a play, but when it doesn't work, oh boy, you wish you hadn't.
And he is out of bounds, getting it across the 30-yard line. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
How about that scramble by Andrew Luck? Sometimes we forget just how big, strong, and, yes, fast Andrew Luck is. When he came out of college at the Combine, shocked everyone, ran a sub-4 840.
And he grew up a big soccer guy over in Europe, so he knows how to use his feet.
That he does, and I think it has helped his legs along the way as well.
On first down, it's Long. Over the middle here, it's Hilton. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. Give him 30 yards there. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout, as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1.
Wrong. Wrong. Hey, easy. Go. Fly,
To throw on second down is Locke. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
And Nelson's got it here right side. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. First down, the run with Lynch. They find some open field here. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Get down. 180. Low.
Throwing on first down is Carr. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know, but all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one. Much more like lead.
Now Carr. In the middle of the field, he's got Nelson. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. Carr to throw on 3rd and 1. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Matthias Farley. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So a couple of field goals, that's all we've been able to muster through 2 quarters of play. 6-0 is our count at the break. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. Now here's Johnson. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, That does him no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And he's got Rodgers. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down. On first and 10, Locke. Ebron with it over the middle. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. This is Wilkins. And an alley to run. And he's brought down. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
And that's a good sign right there as we start the third quarter. Because in the first half, not much space to run the football. And as we go into the half, we often think to ourselves, all right, what's the adjustment? What do they have to do? You know what a lot of the adjustments are? No adjustments. You know the game plan, been working on it all week. Maybe a little tweak here or there, a little bit better blocking, and now you're establishing the running game.
That throw good for 4. It's second down. On the carry, it's Wilkins. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws, other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. The ball's still a few inches shy of the marker after the 3-yard run, so now a little soul-searching on 4th down. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, close game, second half. You obviously hate to leave 3 out on the field.
Especially in a game like this when you know points are hard to come by. That was one of their best opportunities so far, and they come away with nothing.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Caught by Nelson. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Carr now 8 of 15 through the air, but it's 1st and 10 here. The pitch out to Lynch. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Carr going to throw. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And brought down, but but not before they're inside the 25. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. Yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
The best offenses and the ones that win are ones that make adjustments. And right now, I think this team needs to open things up.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Nelson. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
The Raiders on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Shotgun now for Carr. And now here's another interception. Picked off inside the 5. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the second half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride into.
No doubt about it. They're excited about where they are in this game.
And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Love. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Doyle. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Luck now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Back now in the East Bay. It's the Colts. They've got control of the football. They also have the lead as we start the 4th. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Marcus Gilchrist there to bring him down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The offense on third down tonight, just 1 for 5 to this point. They're looking at third and a few inches. Back to throw, Love. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And a big 32-yard play on third.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on third down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. They'll run him back. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. Second down. And in this situation with the lead, fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Now a handoff looking right. Oh, no, he lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. On third down, it's Wilkins. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up fourth down. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
Same story continues. He's the only one that scored for them, their kicker, with all the points.
So now when we hear the chants of MVP, they're definitely aimed at him because he has been the only guy who's put points on the board in this game.
Kickers are always either the hero or the GOAT. So far, he's definitely the hero. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told her, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
To throw, it's Carr. It's Holden by Lee Smith. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. A good pickup there at 22. Even though this offense doesn't have a single point to its name, they're not totally out of this game yet. A touchdown here, they could be in business.
And how about that last play? Now they've got momentum going, so you know I'm a big advocate. Get back on the line of scrimmage. Throw another play out of them while you've got them rocked on their heels. Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Well, the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Derek Carr with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Raiders have cut it back to within a score.
So they got the touchdown they needed to cut this to 2, but now they've got to get back to the huddle. No celebration time. Got to figure out what they're going to do on the 2-point conversion.
So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you've got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
Now a carry here for Orleans Darkwa. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this.
Rolling.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Back to the ground, this time with goal. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Luck gonna throw it. And he hits his tight end, Ebron. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Now the Raiders are going to use another timeout here, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Right, 675. Check out. 290.
Luck now to throw. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. Over the middle, it's Jared Cook. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And he finds Cook. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Back to throw. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. The tight end, Lee Smith, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. This secondary as a unit, they've worked really well together in this one, especially late.
A lot of cohesiveness, a lot of communication, and some great athleticism. They're playing so well now, a nickname is sure to follow. They're going to have to name this whole unit soon.
618.
He's back to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
29. Express.
Back to throw. Drops it off to Martin. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll bring up 4th down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field, can really generate big plays for an offense.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Now Carr, got to have this one. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. The clock cannot be stopped here. Defense can't do anything. So kneel it down, take it home.
No doubt about it. It's what you practice for in winning situations each and every week. Victory formation. Take a knee and go on into the locker room and celebrate.
Call it a victory. Well, Charles, the old saying, the old cliche, if you will, points at a premium, that certainly applied here, didn't it?
And that almost like opened up a time capsule, didn't it? Old school football.